At 80 years old, Tom Selleck has finally chosen to speak openly about one of Hollywood's most mythic figures, Steve McQueen. For decades, Selleck avoided comparisons, even as audiences and critics regularly placed the two side by side. Both men embodied rugged masculinity, quiet confidence, and an unmistakably American screen presence. But time has a way of softening old silences and sharpening old truths. Tom Selleck was born Thomas William Selleck on January 29, 1945, in Detroit, Michigan, and raised primarily in Southern California. His path to stardom was anything but immediate. From an early age, Selleck carried values that would later define his career: discipline, perseverance, humility, and respect for hard work. He attended the University of Southern California on a basketball scholarship, originally envisioning a future far removed from Hollywood. But his imposing stature, rugged looks, and natural confidence soon caught the attention of talent scouts. Encouraged to pursue acting, Selleck began studying drama while supporting himself through commercials and small television roles. The early years were filled with rejection. He auditioned constantly and lost roles that later became iconic in other actors' hands. Instead of becoming bitter, Selleck became patient. In an industry obsessed with speed, he learned the power of waiting and of knowing who he was. That patience paid off in 1980 with Magnum, P.I. cast as Thomas Magnum, a laid-back yet deeply principled private investigator in Hawaii. Selleck struck a cultural nerve. His performance blended humor, vulnerability, intelligence, and quiet strength. The mustache became legendary, but it was the emotional depth beneath the charm that made the role endure. At the height of his fame, Selleck made a decision few actors would dare. He refused to abandon Magnum, P.I. for instant movie stardom, a choice that famously cost him the role of Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Arkansas. For Selleck, loyalty mattered more than opportunity. In an era driven by ambition, he chose integrity. When he did transition into film, he proved his range. From the warmth and comedy of Three Men and a Baby to the quiet introspection of Mr. Baseball, Selleck consistently explored vulnerability beneath strength. Later, his portrayal of Jesse Stone revealed a deeply introspective lawman wrestling with loss, responsibility, and moral resolve, one of the most respected characters in television crime drama. Away from the screen, Selleck's life reflected the same grounded values. His second marriage to Gilly Mack and his role as a devoted father led him to step back from Hollywood's relentless pace. He chose family over fame, raising his daughter largely outside the spotlight. Now, at 80, reflection has brought honesty. Selleck admits that Steve McQueen's shadow loomed large over an entire generation. Steve McQueen wasn't just a movie star, Selleck said. He was an attitude. You didn't study him, you absorbed him. McQueen represented something raw and unteachable. Casting rooms didn't ask if actors could imitate McQueen, they asked whether they had anything that felt real. That pressure forced Selleck to understand himself, not as a replacement, but as his own man. Addressing McQueen's reputation for toughness, Selleck offered a gentler perspective. He suggested McQueen wasn't difficult, he was honest. He knew when something rang false, and in Hollywood, that kind of truth makes people uncomfortable. Selleck also acknowledged McQueen's pain. People forget how much he carried, he said. Fame doesn't erase your past, it just puts a spotlight on it. With age came empathy. Watching McQueen burn brightly and exit early became a lesson, not a rivalry. I didn't want to be the next Steve McQueen, Selleck reflected. There already was one, and he did it perfectly. Instead, Selleck chose longevity, balance, family, aging with dignity. In breaking his silence, Tom Selleck reframed the narrative. Steve McQueen was never a competitor. He was a benchmark. Steve showed us what authenticity looked like, Selleck said. The rest of us just tried to be honest in our own way. At 80, those words carry the weight of experience, turning decades of silence into a quiet, powerful tribute to a man who helped define an era of American cinema. If you enjoy untold Hollywood stories, hidden rivalries, and the truths legends waited decades to reveal, subscribe now and stay with Hollywood Unseen. The real stories are just getting started.